Okay, but anyway, putting this stuff aside, we need to move on because, like, this is my first debut stream and I have things to talk about myself. I want you to know more about me. I think we should move on. If not, we would have been like, oh god, like you're making blush so much. I'm gonna start so much. Okay. Now it's time to move. So over right here, I have like made slideshows of talking about myself. So on my outfit right now, but you can see this like dangly tassel in front of me. It's actually my Bart Soulstone. I think I wouldn't get into trouble for with Square Enix, right? No one report me. I don't think this is a breach of their copyright, right? I'm gonna go peace out, bro. Okay, so for a formal introduction, my name is Seraph and I do covers and stuff. I'm a singer, but I love to sing, so you can call me the Songstress or Okay, so first about me, I go by two names. How should I say? So my channel name for people who have known me prior to this debut and stuff. My channel name is a Seraph dancing, but my handle, my Twitter handle, it's Serafufu, and you can see on the icon above, it goes by Serafufu, so I kind of identify as both, but because you can identify me as both. I love Seraph dancing, but I'm also Serafufu, so it's kind of both my brand and stuff. And I have a lot of nicknames people call me by my friends. So as you can see on the slide, it goes by Serafufu, which it's already stated there. Then people call me simply Sarah because Sarah sometimes is a bit too long, maybe or because they want to get closer to me. I was oh Fufu, but a lot of my friends actually call me Fufu because it just feels more cuter than just Sarah, So he calls me Sarah mainly because I'm from Singapore, so he kind of mixed with the first few words of Singapore and Sarah, so it becomes Seraph. Then below the Seraph it's basically by him too, but it's only because I moved myself to Hong Kong, so I'm residing in Hong Kong right now. So people call me Delty Chicky and stuff because I don't know, I maybe sound like a chicken, I don't know. Next is Serafling. Well, no one really calls me that, but it's just kind of a mix of nickname that I mashed together Sproutling and Seraph, then became Serafling. And the last one is this Chinese character Fufu, and it's basically Fufu but just in Chinese because I have a friend who always just call me Fu, yeah. So moving on, so my age, well, you shouldn't ask a woman her age, that's rude. So I'm just young and pretty. Songbro Fufu. Oh, that's a nice one, but then it's kind of looked. So my pronouns are she, her, yeah. Then my height is 159. Why 160? I don't like to round up. Or maybe I should have rounded up to 160, I feel maybe 159 is too precise and doesn't give people the sense of space to imagine my height, maybe. I don't know. But I wasn't thinking much when I was making the slides, so I guess everyone will just know my real height then. Okay, moving on. Okay, so more about me is I speak multiple languages. So my main language is English. Then I also speak I main Mandarin. So Then I also speak Japanese. I'm fluent in Japanese. By theory, but because I do have the N1 certificate for JLPT test, but due to the lack of practice and stuff, actually speaking on daily basis, so sometimes I'm by theory I'm on an N1 basis, but sometimes when I speak to Japanese people, I'm I just choke, my Nihongo just doesn't work anymore, So I'm fluent. I understand when people talk to me, but when I talk back to people, it just sounds I've never spoke Japanese before. The lack of practice is just a huge shame. So I know a little bit of Cantonese and I'm saying it very softly because I'm embarrassed. I'm staying in Hong Kong right now, so I do know a little bit of Cantonese, but I don't speak it because it's just too embarrassing. It's just too embarrassing, so you can say I'm like learning. Yeah, so but well, I may not speak, but I can still swear, but I'm not gonna do that because it just feels like rude in front of my Hong Kong husband. Maybe in future stream you'll catch me like blah, 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 blah. Moving on, so my birthday is on October 29th, and yeah. So you gotta mark that down in case they come say happy birthday to me. If not, I'll feel sad. Like no one remembers my birthday. Wow, that's so sad. Joking. I'll make sure I'll tell the word it's my birthday so you guys leave a comment or else. Then okay, moving on, my Oshi mark, I have two Oshi mark. One is like the fan, and as you can see here, I put a picture here so you guys can recognize. It's part of my element, and there's this diamond flower icon and stuff. Initially I only wanted the diamond flower because I feel like it fits my overall theme and stuff. But then Twitter said I tried to put it on my title and stuff, but then Twitter is like, no, you can't do that because it looks like the blue check mark. I'm like, huh? So basically Twitter, they don't allow anything that's similar to the blue check mark on Twitter, and that's really stupid. So I was forced to kind of choose another Oshi mark, which is the fan, and I'm planning to use them interchangeably because sometimes the fan emoji doesn't work on certain website, Blue Sky for example. Then sometimes the blue diamond doesn't work, so it's kind of interchangeably and stuff. Okay, so moving on, so if you can see the top corner, you can see my color. I put my color code. I'm basically your traffic light. I'm a mixture of all primary colors. I'm blue, I'm red, I'm yellow, or gold. I'm your traffic light. I light out your way. Okay, that's fun. Okay, moving on. Moving on, talking about my occupation. Well, my occupation is basically being a songstress. I sing in the bar and stuff. But then the reason why I wrote weekend songstress is just because how should I put this? So you can see that I have multiple occupations, including being a songstress, being an illustrator, and then being a corporate slave. I have so many roles, and 1 week has 7 days. So being a corporate slave already took 5 out of 7 days, and I still have to be an illustrator. And oh shit, what does my script say? I think we shall start with introducing the member of Eden Hall. Basically, this bar I'm in, I'm singing as a songstress in the Chinese bar, and it's called Eden Hall. So I'll start introducing the people inside. So me, you can see, look at the chibi. So there's me, then there's this green little guy, and this red little girl that goes bleh. Yeah. So basically, I'm the main person who performs in the bar, right? And so you guys should come watch me. And then this green little blob, it's called, well, he's named Noah, and he's my little brother, and he's also the master of the bar. Well, he does look young, right? He's my little brother, he's so cute, and he's the master of the bar. And the reason why I'm able to be here, be a songstress of the bar, it's because my little brother, he's so generous. He wanted to support my dreams of being able to perform it in front of you guys. So the rich boss he is, he bought a bar. Can you imagine? And then one day he just came back to me, then oh dear sister, I bought a bar for you, but you gotta work hard to manage, because I can't be doing the job for you. Yeah, so basically my boss and the owner of the bar is basically my little brother Noah. Okay, so I'm pretty sure maybe some have heard might have missed my cover earlier when I just started streaming. So I'm gonna show you guys some samples of my singing. It might sound a bit cocky and stuff, but I've brought up some previous of my favorite covers and stuff, so, to show what kind of genre I sing and what you can expect of me in the future. So okay, let's move on. Click. Oh no, it's not working. yeah, just listen to the audio and just pretend that, you know, I'm not messing this up. Okay, I think that's it. Like, I initially have more, like, samples, but I don't think, like, it's kind of working on, like, the thing I kind of messed up. So we're gonna deal with, like, one preview. Like, I should replay it again. Okay, now I muted the background stream and I shall play it again. Now we shall move on. So earlier I talked about, you know, being an illustrator. So basically I also draw, and like, you know, it'll be like part of my content, like in the future for future streams. So very often I'm planning to stream, like, you know, me drawing like commissions and stuff. So yeah, okay, moving on. I'll be talking about, like, you know, my likes and dislikes, you know, just in case like someone's interested. I don't know. Well, since I'm a songstress, then obviously I love singing, so yeah. I love singing, then I love drawing, you know, which makes me why I'm an illustrator myself too. I love to sleep. Like, prior to like the stream and stuff, I was supposed to do chores and stuff, but then I end up sleeping. You know, when I'm stressed, I sleep. Like, you know, when I'm hungry, I sleep. Like, you know, any bad problems, I just sleep my problems away. Yeah, it's like one of my coping mechanisms. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke to cope with stress, but instead I sleep, and I sleep a lot. Then, like, my other likes are, like, you know, drinking tea. You know, I wouldn't call myself a teaholic, but you know, when I see tea, I go, oh. Well, and like the weather here in Hong Kong, even though it's like it's almost April now, it's still cold, and I'll still like make myself like some tea occasionally. And tea is good for singing too. And then, like, going on, I love tarot cards. I mean, I used to do a little bit of like tarot reading, but you know, I suck at it, so I no longer, like, you know, do them. But every time I see like tarot related stuff, I'll be like, you know, I have this like weird obsession with like tarot cards. And obviously I love cats. Like, friends who know me, like, they'll know that, you know, I'm a super cat-holic. Like, you know, some of my friends call me a cat lady because every time I see cats, I'm like, you know, like, cats like the next best thing, like, to sleep and stuff. Next, I love fries. Like, I love fries so much that I'll get them at 2 a.m. Like, back when I was my parents, like, you know, there's like those Western stores. Well, hawker, we call them in, like, in a Singaporean way. So, like, you know, there's this Western store that I'll always buy as a midnight snack, and like, you know, I'll go down to like buy like $5 worth of fries at 2 a.m. Yeah, so this is how much I love fries. Like, you know, like, if you want to be my friend, you can just, like, you know, get me a McDonald's, like, oh, even better with like seaweed shaker on top, then I think I'll be your friend. Like, I'll happily consider it. Then next is like, I like plum candies and like garlic snacks. I remember like a friend told me, like, you know, oh my god, like plum candy is such an old person snack. Like, you don't tell me what I like or not. Like, I love plum snacks. Like, and like, you know, their friends are like, you're always eating this plum stuff. Are you like pregnant? I'm like, can't I like plum stuff without being pregnant? Like, I feel judged. And okay, next, obviously, like pipakao. As a singer, when am I without my good pipakao? Like, it helps you smooth your throat when you're coughing, especially like the seasons are changing here in Hong Kong. I also drink them before like I record and stuff. Yeah. And here I wrote like Hanamaru Obake. Like, for those who don't know, it's actually a new character from Sanrio, and like it's kind of like my new obsession. So I feel like I have to put that because like it's so cute. It's so cute. I used to not understand those like people who's obsessed with like Hello Kitty and stuff, but then now I get it. Now I get it. So next is like well, obviously I love Vocaloid. I mean, that's what's basically what makes me want to be like a singer in the first place. Like, you know, finally the last on the like list is Final Fantasy 14. I mean, for 14 players, like, you know, when you see my design, like, you saw the buttstone, I think you would have known, like, you know, I'm obsessed with 14. But I don't know if I should say this, but I'm not as obsessed as I am, like, you know, with 14 now, because, like, you know, I gotta focus on being a songstress and stuff, and no longer have time to play the game, or like, you know, do more covers and stuff, because there's only so much time I can stream, like, after my corporate slave time. you know. So my dislike, well, I mean, someone already put it. I was like, oh, I hate Karen. I mean, who likes Karen? I mean, if your name is Karen, please don't be like offended. It's like, I'm not against you, but it's just like, you know, Karen as like adjective, like, you know, people who are entitled and stuff. And well, I mean, I dislike like irresponsible people too. Like, you know, I feel like I have to like, you know, put it here because like I have not so good experience with people being irresponsible. You know, being being ghosting me and stuff. And I feel like yeah. And well, I dislike waking up in the morning because like, you know, morning means work, right? Well, I hate bugs, especially cockroaches. I mean, who likes them, right? Like, who likes cockroaches? So I hate being dislike being interrupted. I mean, I feel like things I dislike are what people dislike too as well. So, you know, yeah, I'm just a normal human being. I don't like being interrupted. I don't like being screamed at too. So be nice. Like, if you don't be nice, I'll cry. I'll legit cry and I might bite you, right? Well, maybe not bite at you, but I'll like, you know, just be a supersonic and just like go on a very high note and use sound waves to attack you. So be nice. Because I have so much likes, I have to put them into slide. If not, it'll be very chunky, right? So here are more likes. So obviously I've talked about the good game like Final Fantasy 14. Because prior to this, like 14 is the only game that I played for years. Like, you know, saying that a university in the country is the best because it's the only university in the country. So something like that. Gotta keep my hobbies going. And I put Tears of Dennis is because like it's a mobile game, like, you know, play it occasionally and stuff. So yeah, I just don't want to like make the list too little. I'm so sorry I don't have other games. I mean, I could put Monhan now, but because when I was making the slides and stuff, I haven't started playing Monhan yet. So we can put Monster Hunter now. Then I think I'll stream more Monster Hunter too. Yeah. So like here are a list of like my favorite music producers. You might actually like recognize some of them if you're like a Vocaloid fan or just like J-pop fan in general. So like I put top on the list Kajiura Yuki. I mean, she's not well, she is a song producer. Like, yeah, she's like the producer behind like Calafina and like, you know, the BGM for Fate and stuff. And like, oh god, there is no one in this world that her style of like composing is so unique that you can just like kind of like identify it everywhere. So yeah, like, and I just love how like majestic her music always like, you know, started to be. It's basically what I envision like, you know, the fiction world will be. Okay, back to the music producers. Then the list goes down like Hitoshizuku and Yama-san. They are known for like their Din and Nen composing. So like, you know, if you like Din and Nen, they are like basically the first like producer you go to because like they're also like the famous producers behind the Bed and Night series where like, you know, there's an entire chorus of like Vocaloid, you know, layering and stuff. Okay, going on, then like Doriko. I mean, people should know them, like veteran Vocaloid fans should know them, right? Like, you know, the Romeo Cinderella, you know, it'll be weird people don't know them. Then there's Kikuo, there's Kashimomi, there's Canon69, the producer behind Bridal Scandal. For this, how do I like, you know, pronounce it? Elefation? That sounded really French. Like, it's one of my favorite like doujin groups, and like, you know, they actually got Hanatan to sing for them, so like it makes it even better. Now we have talked about a lot of my likes and stuff, so I think like you should like, you know me better now. I mean, they kind of changed their name. Like maybe you will know them better as like Tsukuyomi. I misread it as Furry Cat. So like for fan name, I'm not too sure if other like VTubers they decided with their fan base or like, you know, just kind of think prior to it. But then like personally, because I have like a Discord server, so I have to like create like a fan name and stuff. And like so far, like as you can see, like we have like Tesseling as like the tentative like fan name because like I wanted something that's like, you know, related to my theme, like in music-ish, and but also incorporate like you know, my name Fufu and stuff or Sarah. But then like I'm bad with names, and here are like some suggestions like Fumidias, then like Full Fans, Full Friends, Balloons, and Paus. I'm not too sure like what the fan base like prefer. So like, you know, if you guys have like better name ideas or like suggestions, like, you know, maybe you can like, you know, join my server and like say that, hey, you know, I think like this name, this spelling fits like the themes and stuff, you know, because I wanted something like, you know, kind of like cutesy with like food inside and like maybe music related, but I'm so bad with names. A friend told me like, oh, how about Ling Ling? I'm like, no, don't get me into trouble. No. We are not gonna name ourselves Ling Ling. Like, I'm a Ling Ling myself, so I can't name my fan base Ling Ling, you know. If you have any like suggestions, like, you know, I have a Discord link on my Twitch. Then, you know, you can click to join. Then you can give your like, you know, your ideas there. Okay, so for hashtags, hashtags are Echoes of Seraph. I've been using this like hashtag for a while, like prior to the debut, and it's for my music covers. So if you're on Twitter, you can search like the Echoes of Seraph. Then you'll see like my posts of like, you know, with my snippets of like my monthly covers and stuff. So like, and I have another hashtag for music. It's like Noise of Seraph. So I initially had this in mind where I'll make more like short or like scuff covers, like, you know, not like full blown like wow or like original MV, original mix, or like yada, like, you know, everything goes under there. So yeah, like, but I haven't actually got the chance to use it because like other than like actual covers, I haven't had time to like make like, you know, short covers or like, yeah. So for the hashtag, like the fan art hashtag, it took me a while, but I've settled with like a Serafufu. I hope no one uses it. Like the last time I checked, like no one uses it. So like, you know, if you like to draw fan art of me, like only say forward fan art, please. I'm say so. Please only put say so fan art inside like this like art tag. Yeah, and like for like the live stream art, like hashtag, I've decided to use like Sarah Lifing, or you can really have Sarah Leaving, because like, you know, I'm so busy with like the corporate slave like work and stuff. So like, you know, the fact that I'm able to be like live on stream, like, you know, talking to you guys means I've survived. Okay, next. Okay, so like here are some like goals I have in mind, like, you know, that I set for myself, like, you know, apart from like changing from like a normal Youtaite to like a sort of like Vtuber. So some of my goals includes like, you know, reaching 10k subscribers. That's mainly for like my YouTube, like my YouTube channel, and like I haven't set the goal for Twitch because like I guess to me, like as a Songstress myself, it kind of matters more to me, like, you know, if people like support me more on like my covers, like my song, my craft, than like, you know, me as a streamer. Yeah, because I've just started out as a streamer, so maybe that's why I don't have like much goals and stuff. But then like having like, you know, doing a lot of covers since like years ago, I have like, you know, I want to be more known. Do well with Hanata. Oh my god, baby, that's the dream goal right there. Yeah, oh my gosh, she's my queen. Like recently she actually came to like Hong Kong to actually perform live, and like, oh my god, have I said like how much she nailed it? Like her live is basically her like what you hear in the covers. Like she performed like Romeo and Cinderella, and god, she just one-shot it, like, you know, like that, like she doesn't sound like, you know, she's out of breath or anything, you know, like she just one-shot it, like, oh my god, like maybe one day when I have the courage, but my plan right now is to get her attention, and by doing that, I'll sing more like, you know, like sing more songs of like her doujins. Then I'll tag her, you know. I know it's a bit shameless, but then like, you know, I want my stepboy to do this week. I'll be shameless as I can. So basically, like next, other than like having like 10k subscribers on my YouTube channel, I'm planning like, you know, to have more original songs. I actually have one, but which is regarding about like my other character, like my original character called Shira. But I want more about me. And well, I mean, it's just a goal. It's not bad to have a goal, right? Yeah, so I mean, we have went through like, you know, duel with Hanatan, because like, you know, who doesn't want to like, you know, duel with a goddess? But I just need her to notice me someday, or maybe if I tag her enough, she'll like, this person, not bad. Some of my goals like also include like voice acting. I mean, I've tried to voice act before, like, but you know, it's not really like what I'm focused on. So I kind of wish that maybe like, you know, I have chance to like voice act, but honestly, like I don't think I suit like the English like style of voice acting. Like I'm more used to like the Japanese style where they're so exaggerated. Oh, like, you know, something like that. Yeah. Next goal includes like, you know, collaborating with other VTubers. Wink wink. Well, you know, I mean, I do know a lot of VTubers and have made friends with them, but you know, as someone like, you know, who just like debut herself, then obviously I want to make more connection. You know, I want to make friends. Tomodachi. Well, yeah. Okay, next goal includes like streaming regularly. This is it's obviously a goal and I'm trying to like keep it constant, but I'll still prefer to actually focus, like spend my time like to focus on like doing covers and stuff, because like I have a goal right now to actually at least upload a cover like once per month. So you expect like a one cover from like me each month, and sometimes like, you know, when I have like more backlogs, then I'll have upload too. And yeah, but then like I also want to like, you know, be able to stream more, to do more side stuff, you know, because like, you know, I'm a content creator now. So here's like some goals, but I do hope I achieve them like after like, you know, being a VTuber myself. So now moving on. Well, okay, so here now we are nearing to the end of like, you know, the stream and slides. So here are some credits. So basically, like, you know, you see the model that, you know, that's moving. It's by me. I'm my own mama. I mean, how does that work? Like, you know, if when you're calling yourself own mama, it's kind of weird, but you know, yeah. I have my friend Azza here, who's in charge of like the model rig. Like, can you believe she made me so pretty? Like, so bouncy, so pretty. Oops. So like it's this outfit, this Chinese outfit that you see. Yeah, it's by my friend Youtaite. They are both amazing, like, you know, rigger and artists. Like, you should follow them. Like, you know, you see the handle. You see the handle. Now open up your Twitter and follow them now. So this is the credit for like the people who have helped me work on my debut cover. And like for those who actually missed it, like you can actually go to my YouTube channel now. So but I would like to obviously give like a huge call out to them because they made it possible. Here is Mr. Rango, who's in charge of the like, you know, the amazing make. Follow. Next, we have the person who's in charge of the harmonies and atlas. Yeah, the person who you heard those layers, like, you know, in my cover. It's produced by Cookie Misu. I just call it Cookie, but you know, that's her Twitter handle and you should follow. Yeah, it's thanks to her that I got a delicious cover. Okay, next we have the illustrator. Like you saw, like the pretty like prison art. It's by this person. Follow this person, dude. This person. I love how like my model is like a cruise right now. Yeah. But look! Like, if you enjoy the cover, obviously give them all a follow because they're the other person who actually made it possible. Like, all this group of talented people, and you should check out more that works. Okay, and this will be our last slide. So for logo design, we have this person. For streaming overlay, we have this person. Please go, like, you know, just follow them. I mean, like sometimes it's hard to pronunciate their handles. Follow them, but y'all should follow them. And that's it. That's basically like, you know, the end of the introduction slides that are prepared, and that's like 12 slides. Wow, I'm done with the presentation. Yay! Because like I can't. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sweating, like, you know, as it brings me back to like school times where, you know, you gotta read what's on the screen. So many new fufu things learned. But I hope, like, you know, you remember the good things about me and not how scuffed